me, this is camping.
You know what I like is the relaxation. When I come here, I don't see stuff that needs done. At home, I'm always doing something.
Now, I don't know if there's a term for it in camping words, but I think you could probably call us weekend warriors with the RV, because I think the longest that we've ever done is 3 days out. I haven't taken any long trips yet.
I'm pretty sure the full-time RV folks do call us weekend warriors. I've seen it on Instagram and I've seen it on Facebook. You know the feeling we get when we're camping and Sunday morning comes and everyone leaves and we don't have to leave till Monday? That's how they feel, because it gets quiet again. They have their peace, their calm.
So what by definition terms is a full-time RVer? Somebody that lives in their RV? Somebody that spends all their time on the road? Is there a definitive definition for it? What's a full-time RVer?
I have in my head what I think. Now this is my personal opinion. I think a full-time RVer is like less junk, more journey. They just do everything out of their airstream. They move around, they go traveling to different states and sites, and they just keep moving.
So I don't ever see V and I being full-time RVers. I guess by the term full-time would mean that, and this is what we've seen a lot of people do, they sell the house, they take their fortune from the sale of their property, and they're going to use that to live on. Some of them figure for the rest of their life they're going to just travel all over the country and see the sights and sounds, the wonders of Yellowstone, Yosemite, the East Coast, the West Coast, Canada, Mexico. And some people do that, and they do it successfully. We're not those people, though. I don't see us spending that much time in an RV unit with no place to call home.
Well, for one, we've worked really, really hard. No one knows how hard it was to keep the place that we have. And the past 14, 15 years, we finally got to a good place. And I just am not ready to walk away from it. I mean, we put blood, sweat, and many, many tears into that place. I'm just not ready to give it up. And not to mention my severe health issues. All of my doctors are at the Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland. I hate to see what would happen had we gone away for maybe months. I get intestinal blockages. Granted, I could go to another hospital, but I like my doctors at the Cleveland Clinic. They have my background. They know everything. You know, we could be out west for months and something bad happen. I don't mind going here and there on weekends or even during the week now that he's retired, but I am not a gypsy. I'm not the type of person that can leave home that long. Plus, I would miss my kitties.
Yeah, it would be really hard for us to sell the place and not have a place to call home. And not saying we aren't going to take some trips. I mean, in all honesty, we really hope that in the future we will be able to tour the country. We'd like to go see the mountains. We'd like to see the Canadian Rockies. We might even go to Alaska someday. So we could be gone, a month or two. That's not a problem, but we still have home to come back to. We still have our home base that we can come back to, that we can rejuvenate. Got to have the grass to mow. Got to have a lawn to mow.
I just like the security. We're older. Obviously, we're in our 60s. I mean, in 10 years from now, we may not even have the physical ability to do this. You don't know. You don't know what tomorrow is. So, I don't know. When we were looking for an RV back in 2015, knowing I was going to retire and we were going to get one, the only full-time people we could find on YouTube was Less Junk, More Journey, Chris and G Travels, and DePraise. And we watched them over and over. We followed their videos, waited with bated breath for the next video. We researched RVs. Now you go out to YouTube, everybody and their brother is a full-time RVer and wants to be a YouTube star. But I still go back to Less Junk, More Journey and Chris and G because they are so knowledgeable.
Well, those are the ones that have proven themselves over time. They've stayed on the road and they have dedicated themselves to it. Probably, like V said, the most proliferant ones are the Less Junk, More Journey, because they don't really have a place to call home other than some relatives, and they're traveling 24/7. They're staying at national parks, state parks, campgrounds. They don't stay in one place for any long periods of time. The other thing we've seen, though, are a few that have sold the ranch, bought a great big expensive RV with all hopes of being full-time RVers, traveling the country, just living the life of Riley. And a year goes by and they want a house. They realize that they're not gypsies, they're not vagabonds, they need a home.
And then you have to start all over again. That would be so hard at our age. I don't have the energy to do that.
No.
I couldn't. So I'm happy with my life. I'm happy right where I am. I'm perfectly happy. And I'm not saying that that lifestyle is wrong. Oh, hell no. Everybody be happy with what you're doing. We love following everyone's journey. We love following everyone's story, the backstories, why you became full-timers. We love it. It's just not for us. We like our life, but we like following yours.
So our plan, now that I'm retired and we have all the time in the world, with a home, we really don't have the freedom right now to do a lot of traveling. So I guess that puts us as weekend warriors, and that doesn't hold us just to weekends either. We can go any day of the week we want now. We don't have a schedule anymore. So that's pretty cool.
Which is probably even easier for our pet sitter to come during the week. She'd be like, oh, you're the only one I have to see this week.
But anyway, we do plan on doing a lot of camping. In between that, we still like motorcycling, and it's really hard to drag a motorcycle around, even if we were to sacrifice this RV for a toy hauler where we would carry our Harley with us. I don't know. I have some arguments about that. Do I want to drag an 800-pound motorcycle around in a trailer? And then how much would you really ride it? In my book, if you're going to go riding, you're going to go riding. If you're going to go camping, you're going to go camping. To me, there's a delineation between the two, and it's really hard to mix them both. If you get to the campground, you jump on your bike, then you're not camping. You're off on the bike somewhere. You're motorcycling. So, which is great if you're going to go, say, to a rally or something. You load the bike up in your toy hauler, you go travel, you set up camp, you unload the bike, and then you enjoy the motorcycle rally. But how often are you going to do that, really? So I like the fact that we can still go home, to a home. We can jump on the motorcycle and go to a pig roast or a poker run or whatever we want to do, whatever we can schedule in. And the following week, we can hook up this thing and go camping again. That's the life for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I do. I just am that type of person. I need that security. I know I wouldn't be happy. I know I wouldn't
Without
if
a
I
house.
didn't have a home.
Yeah.
I have to have a home base.
Another one that comes to my mind are the Wynns, Jason and Nikki Wynn.
We watched them a lot.
They were full-time RVers a long time ago, probably one of the originals we started watching. They had a number of different RVs, a big motorhome, and we really liked watching their travels, but then they sold that and they bought a catamaran sailboat. So they're the real adventurers, they're real gypsy nomads, and now they've been sailing all over the place, and I think right now they're sailing the Pacific Ocean down along the coast of South America. So that is like really super challenging, and they don't have a home. The boat is their home, and they have their cats on the boat too. So that's kind of a cool adventure to watch. The Wynns, W-Y-N-N-S.
Jason and Nikki, I'm sure they're well known. They've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah. Now, what do you do on the weekend while you're camping? You just sit around all day? No. We do some fun things, like making guacamole. I have 3 avocados here, and they're somewhat soft to the squeeze, so you want them to be pretty ripe. Got a little bit of lemon juice. They say the lemon juice will keep the avocados from turning brown, because once you open them up, they turn brown pretty quick. And then now you can make this, but we buy it prepackaged at Walmart, pico de gallo. It has the tomato, the cilantro, the onion, all that stuff all chopped up, ready to go. So first thing I need to do is get my avocados out of there. In the meantime, my wife's over here making something delicious. What are you making?
Sangria.
Sangria. So you've got...
An apple is in there. And obviously I'm cutting up an orange. Then you put in some brown sugar, some brandy, and some red wine. And then to get the best flavor, you let it sit overnight. So tomorrow we'll have some really flavorful sangria.
And the fruit is delicious then, huh?
Oh, yeah. The fruit is really good when the sangria is gone.
Now that I got it all mashed up pretty good, I'm going to put some of this pico de gallo in there. I'll just put the whole thing in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of my lemon juice in there. About a tablespoon or so. And then I'm going to mix all that up. Alright, that's looking great. Exactly what I want. And I'm going to put it into this little serving bowl instead of using this great big bowl here. So we're just going to scoop it right in there, and then we'll cover it up, put it in the refrigerator, get it nice and chilled, and it'll be ready for some nacho dipping. There you go. Guacamole Supreme.